Okay, well, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Yoda's Hut. I'm Bill. I go by Yodaman on the boards, and I'm joined once again by Derek. How's it going today, Derek?
Doing pretty good.
All right, so in this matchup, I'm playing a deck that was suggested by Trippin' Rocket from the boards. It's a Navy Trooper variation. The deck has two Dark Trooper Project, two Family Connections, two Emperor's Legion, one Imperial Command, one Might of the Empire, two Mission Command. That's the neutral mission set, and one Sabotage in the Snow. And Jerry was playing a Smugglers Jedi deck that was a variation on something Kennedy Hawk from the boards had suggested. He tweaked it a little bit to get some more resources in. So it was a Jedi affiliation. He had two Spark of the Rebellion, one Flight of the Crow, one May the Force Be With You, two Wookiee Life Debt, two Asteroid Sanctuary, one Against All Odds, and one Along the Gamma Run. So these are a little bit atypical decks, I would say, from the standard meta. So, got any first thoughts on the deck list as we get started here, Derek?
They actually remind me a lot of some of the older decks, the Jedi Chewie deck, and kind of thinking back with the Sabotage in the Snow makes me think of like the past years, World Champion decks with the capital ships using the shielding for the extra blast and stuff.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. They're pretty interesting. He's trying to use Jerry was trying to use the Kanan set there too, with suggested by Kennedy Hawk. So looks like my starting objectives were Sabotage in the Snow, Imperial Command, and Might of the Empire. And I got one of the tech labs out, Mock, and a Stormtrooper. So
it
not
looks like
too
a
bad.
pretty good starting turn there. You got
Yeah,
resources for days already.
yeah. I did double focus those two resource objectives. So I only have four next turn. Well, five with Mock, but
Yeah,
um,
you still got the tech lab, so even though you're locked out of two objectives, you're still going to have up to five
right,
resources.
right. And
And the
Jerry,
following turn, you'll have a ton.
yeah, and then Jerry had looks like Spark of the Rebellion, Asteroid Sanctuary, and Wookiee Life Debt. I think
I
that's
think that.
Asteroids, or is that Against All Odds? No, can't
No,
tell.
I think that's asteroid.
Yeah, um, and I don't know if he. Yeah, I was gonna say there he goes. He looks like he just pointed to use Spark of the Rebellion. So there actually are quite a few two cost units in his deck. I mean, you can hit with everything in Spark of the Rebellion. He had Gamma in it, so you got the hired hands. He's got the Wookiee Warriors that are cost two. Um, he's got one of the shifty lookouts. So Cloud City Operative. Rusan Colonist too. So there's quite a few things he can hit with Spark.
Oh yeah, luck into that Rusan colonist. That's a game winner.
Yeah, and so there's the nudge. So that'll go back to zero. And he's playing Kanan, so he's got some resources with Kanan there.
Yeah, that's a great first turn unit.
Yeah,
It's like playing Mahdi with the Imperials on the first turn. It's never bad.
no, it sure isn't. And so, yeah, especially because Kanan's got three health, so it's not like you could even choke him and react and kill him right away. Unlike Mahdi can get rebel assaulted if you don't have a protector on the board.
Yeah, it takes a little work to get rid of Kanan unless he puts him into combat, which doesn't happen too often. He's mainly there for resources.
Yeah, resources and freeing things up. So,
Yep.
and if you happen to hit with him on Spark, so much better. So,
Yeah.
so I kind of wonder if Jerry might sit back and just take the Force here rather than attacking. So he only has one May the Force Be With You in this deck that he actually added. I think the original variation, as we were talking about before the game started, had two heroes and legends instead of the Crow and May the Force Be With You. And Jerry felt like it needed a few more resources, so he took out both heroes and legends and put in Flight of the Crow and Yoda, which is always good additions there. So yeah, he's going to commit Kanan and the Nudge. Take balance back, so that'll just go to one. I will have the potential for five resources, but it might be a little tough for me to get balance back since he's got five on the force right now.
Yeah, I can understand wanting, the Kyles in there to help manipulate Spark, but you just can't go wrong with Yoda.
Yeah,
Even two of those versus adding a Crow wouldn't have been bad either.
yeah. So it looks like I played Ren's there after I played a fleet staging area. So Another
Hey,
resource.
and that one was free too.
Yeah.
So
But unless I've got, yeah, and there's one of the contract hunters or whatever they're called,
yeah.
which
Now,
might come in handy in this game because they do double damage to out of affiliation, right, objectives or units, I think.
I believe so. Yeah, anything out of affiliation, I think they double on.
Right. So he's got two things that are out of affiliation right now, but I am not going to be able to get force back. I can't beat 5.
Yeah.
So, oh,
Hmm.
I used, what did I do? Oh, I guess I used Renz's reaction there. Looked at the cards. I think I
Oh,
forgot to
okay.
do it, and he let me go back. So I looked at the top 5 cards, found 2 Dark Troopers. So instead of playing the Contract
Yeah,
Hunters,
he's letting you backpedal.
yeah, I think I just had forgotten to do it, and he let me go ahead. So now I actually could take force back because the Dark Trooper is considered committed.
Yeah,
If I want
and
to,
having Mock out there also gives him extra blast too.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's always scary playing against like Mock with Maudie with the bombardment, and then you get sabotage for more potential damage.
yeah,
I mean, it's really possible to just all of a sudden do a ton of damage with
yes,
that deck.
yeah. So I did just commit everything, took balance back there. Although my guess is Jerry will be able to take it back on his turn,
Yeah, probably.
unless he just, well, I guess if he attacks, maybe he might not, but if he wants to, he should easily be able to take it back on his turn. Now, one of the things I remember seeing about this deck was Might of the Empire seemed like a bit of an odd inclusion as a one-off. I mean, granted, you get the nice resource, and there's some expensive enough stuff that you can use it, and Chimera is always great, and the shielding thing's always great, but it just it seemed a little odd because everything else was troopers. That I kind
Hmm.
of wondered if maybe if there was another option there, maybe. But
Yeah, it sounds like. I mean, the resource, or not the resource, but the ability of Might of the Empire is not going to help you much, because there's no other capital ships except for
right,
what's in that pod. If you're using it just for resources and stuff, I think almost maybe if it's a one of, maybe like Devastator would have been a better choice.
yeah, yeah. I said, I mean, sure, it's probably fine, or maybe even Endor entrapment just to get like the gladiators or something. But
Yeah, well, I was thinking the resources because you get another
yeah,
control room with the
right, right,
Devastator as well as a two resource
yeah.
objective.
I mean, I guess I could see using the shields, but like the ships being in there seemed like a little bit of an odd thing. Um, and I'm trying to remember what I must have buried there that I kept might out.
Hmm.
I wonder if it was Emperor's Legion, and I just didn't want to risk if because I might not have had too many troopers in my hand first turn or something.
Well, yeah, Emperor's Legion I always bury.
Yeah,
I'm just not a fan of it because granted, it becomes hard to kill, but it does nothing for you.
right,
So
right,
I hate those objectives that say, oh, it's harder to kill this objective, but if the objective isn't giving you any benefit, I'd rather
right.
you keep it versus getting something that will help you.
Yeah, so he played Falcon, attacked Might with Falcon, and then I guess he's probably going to bounce Falcon here. And something like a Cloud City Operative would be really bad for me right now.
Yeah, that's one downside about these trooper decks is you really have a minimal amount of tactics.
Right. Yeah, there is not a lot in there from what I can remember. I guess Chimera is probably one of the main things that has tactics, and Tarkin, because Tarkin's in there.
Yeah.
But actually, no, Tarkin is not in there. I had to go back and look at the list.
Uh,
I think this was a deck that Trip and Rocket had suggested a couple things where he's trying to build around using Mission Command and Sabotage in the snow. And so this
hmm.
was a trooper version of that. But yeah, there is no Tarkin in that deck. Now
Hmm.
that makes it a little bit trickier.
Okay.
Yeah, I might have rather added one Tarkin Doctrine rather than Might.
Yeah, there's, I mean, troopers typically are a little offensive,
Right.
but you don't have a whole lot of ways of doing it without getting like the orbital out there. You do have mock, but right now you're just going to end up focusing everybody.
Right. All right. So he just put in a Wookiee warrior with Falcon there. So
Yeah.
he's just gonna swing. There's no real reason for me to defend that because I'll probably take whatever I put in out.
Yeah.
I guess he might not have because all your troopers get like an extra damage capacity with Wrens, right?
I think so. I
Yeah,
know he gives something like that. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head what
yeah.
it is.
I think that's what it is. It's been a This game was a little bit while back. I'm trying to remember. Might be from about a month ago as we're doing the commentary. There's one of the security task force guys, so it's gonna help. Yeah, I know what you mean about the troopers things. Like you want orbital or you need imperial discipline out to be able to like
The
try
problem is you
to
just have
make
no way to hit anything.
right. It's like you need that out just so if your troopers start dying, you can get something out of it.
Yeah.
Another
That
dark
that was
trooper.
my horrible luck. Every time I played a trooper deck, I never drew that enhancement.
Yeah,
Ever.
and then I
It
got
just never came out.
another contract hunter there. I didn't play it last time. That's right.
That's the same one.
Yeah, that's the same one. The dark trooper contract hunter.
Now, when I played a trooper deck here, the thing is you've got that mission. I don't know if that's the one you played or if that's the one from the contract hunter one. But when it dies, you get to search your deck for an officer.
Yeah,
Is that
it's the Navy one where you get to search your deck for an officer or trooper.
right?
You
See,
technically could do it, get a trooper if you wanted one, but
right, when I played it, because the thing is, what are you going to go get? What's that game-changing officer that you're going to grab out of this deck list?
if I blow it up, I would think with that deck list, maybe the best thing might be to get tag.
Mm-hmm.
So if troopers die, they can come back to your hand at least. And
See,
he's got blast, but
yeah, for that reason, when I was running the trooper deck, I ran one copy of Thrawn just to go
yeah,
grab him with that.
yeah, I did too with the version I had with troopers. I had Thrawn in there. I had one Tarkin in there. I had Yularen in there too, just because it
Mm-hmm.
was more of an indirect damage kind of thing, where between Yularen and maybe Imperial Discipline, you could start doing damage to their stuff.
Yeah,
So he just flipped up a hired hands with Spark. Well,
that's not
that's
bad.
yeah, that's kind of annoying. That's something to defend with that has tactics.
Yeah, but he's got to win the Force to keep him around.
So looks like we both put a card in. He had a twist. I had secret objective, I think. I was trying to bounce back to the mission, I guess.
Now, are you attacking with those front three, and he blocked with the hired hands that he flipped?
I think that's exactly what happened there.
Okay.
And then I think I chose not to actually um, put in a card, so I just let him win edge there. So he tried to shoot something, and I protected one to the security task force guy. Oh, that's right. There was only one damage, so I protected one with with the security guy.
Well, with the other guy on the table, you didn't even really need to. They've got an extra health.
Right.
Now that contract
The
hunter, he's
contract
not.
hunter doesn't though.
Yeah, he's not a trooper, is he? He's
No,
just a. Is he a bounty hunter
I think
or a
he's
mercenary?
like a mercenary or something.
Okay.
So I think he must have tried to shoot one of the droids, and then he might have forgot I had protect plus the extra damage capacity, and then he focused mock. It looks like. So I'm gonna get to shoot the hired hands at least for 2, because it's out of faction.
Well, if he focused Mock, wouldn't you be able to kill him if you got 3 guys in there? They all have guns.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill him. I just meant with my first shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Um, so I'm gonna then kill him with the Dark Trooper, and I'll get a blast thanks to the Dark Trooper.
You should get a couple blast
Yeah, I
from
should end up
each
with
of them.
3 at the end,
Yeah.
because I'm gonna kill the hired hand. So not quite sure what he's waiting for, because that should kill the hired hands. That's bizarre. and I should get the blast with Mach. So yeah, I'm gonna kill that, and then maybe he missed that when I was saying we were gonna blast.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like
there we
you
go.
guys are talking about that now.
Yeah, right. And then I'm gonna get another blast with the Dark Trooper, and then with the unopposed, it'll be 3 total. Although my Dark Troopers are now locked out.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if I had a Scout Trooper or whatever to drop in there.
I was kind of surprised you didn't redirect to the mission with your secret objective, because now you could potentially kill it.
Oh, he twisted my secret objective.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why. That's what I was trying to do. I think I was trying to redirect there so then I could attack it the second time and blow it up.
I see.
Yeah, but he twisted it, so. Because you have to be careful with the timing. Like you can only use secret objective to move to something you haven't attacked already.
Yeah, that's why you got to use it pretty early.
Right. So that was what I tried to do when he twisted it. So, but
Okay.
I am gonna try to get some cheap damage, I guess, here on the the mission this time. It looks like. See if I can force him to defend.
Yeah, well, you're going to get 2 damage on it, because only the trooper that's on the force has a blast, right?
Right. Yeah, and he chose not to defend, probably because he realized, oh, I'm going to get a scout trooper. I did have a scout trooper there.
Those I like. Those are fun.
Yeah. So I'm going to get 1 from the scout trooper, 1 from the regular stormtrooper. So
Did you have the potential to win edge there? Because otherwise, why would you even send the protector if you didn't have enough damage to kill anything?
I don't know.
Because if he blocks with KN and you can win edge, you get 2 damage with your trooper, but you also had the scout you were going to bounce in. You had to protect.
Maybe he was worried about that I might have had a way to kill Kanan since I still had the card left.
Right. Well, that's what I was saying. The only way the reason to send the protector was to encourage him not to defend. But if you were going to drop in the scout, then if he had defended, you could have killed him and you wouldn't have seen the scout coming.
That's true. Yeah, no. Well, he's going to get balanced back here, unfortunately, for me.
Yeah.
So. And there was a turn where I wasn't even able to use the fleet staging area because I guess I didn't have anything expensive enough.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing. I mean, it's kind of a free resource, but there's so many 2-drops in that deck that you just... Yeah, that seems like a weird addition to the deck. I mean, granted, every unit in it is great in its own right, but it doesn't really mesh with what's going on.
Right. Yeah, it seemed a little odd, but like I said, I was playing it, and I wanted to see how it would work. So he looked like he did a damage to Imperial Command since he kept balance. I guess the dial is only still at like 2 or 3. Something crazy low.
I guess the one reason to have it would be the double shielding with the gunship working with sabotage in the snow.
Right.
With that, if you could get that resource that gives you blast for it.
Yeah. And family connections would be good with all those troopers I have out now.
Sure.
All right, so it looks like he's going to probably play Falcon again. Yep, there comes Falcon. And there really is nothing I can do with Falcon attacking here.
No. Well, that's the problem. Troopers don't have enough guns unless you can get the big 3 cost, or the 3-1 from Sabotage out there. So you have to gang block him, and then he just bounces him. So it's either that or let him just swing for free every time.
Right. So he played... Not sure what he did there. Oh, I wonder if he used Kanan's concentration to free up Kanan. That's kind of a clever play. Use the resource to get Falcon out, but then use that to get the resources back if you want them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to just let Falcon swing for free. Especially because, as we talked about, this deck doesn't really have much in the way of tactics to begin with, but that's about the only thing you could hope to do, and I don't even have any cards in hand, so...
Yeah, you're kind of in the scenario where you got a bunch of guys out there. If you can get something like you really need your orbital bombardment or something like that. He's just going to get Falcon through every turn, which means you need to outrun him. You need to be able to do more damage than he's going to do to you each turn.
Yeah, so he blew up Imperial Command.
Family
And
connections would be good.
yeah, so he did blow up something. I probably didn't even care if he blew up stuff because I'm probably kind of hoping I can flip up something like like Family Connections or try to think.
You you kind of want him to hit might too, because it's
Right,
doing nothing and it's double focused.
right. Yeah, what I don't really want to see is a bunch of mission commands popping up right now
Yeah.
and being having hardly any Navy resources. Family Connections would be good, probably the ideal thing. Heck, Emperor's Legion would even be all right now because I got so many troopers out on the table. At least it'd be tough for him to kill it.
Yeah, but he's already killed one. He can just as easily ignore it and go for the other
Yeah,
two.
that's true.
So,
And he just
yeah,
dropped
and
in
it
a
won't do anything for you
yeah,
either.
just dropped in Children of the Force. And
Oh, that could be a problem.
he's just gonna pass turn to me
No,
and
he went hunting for Yoda.
oh yeah, that's what he did. I thought he was
That
passing force. I missed the
that is
Yoda
a
used to get.
problem.
Yeah, Yoda's good. See, and this is probably why he put Yoda in the deck instead of Kyle. Took out Kyle, put in Yoda. That seems like a pretty good change.
Yeah, as good as Kyle's pod is, there's just nothing. Yoda's pod is still the best one out
Yeah,
there.
I think the dial really just even went up to 3 is all it is.
Yeah,
So he's gonna blow. He's actually attacking sabotage here, spreading the damage around rather than blowing up might.
yeah, that's probably what I would do.
And
Because
let's see what he locks
your
down.
current objectives just aren't doing anything for you. You're better off just weakening them until you can finish them to win, rather
Yeah.
than giving you the chance to draw something useful.
Yep. So he locked down Ren's, and now he's going to send the Children of the Force in to take out Might. That's probably a decent play. Or of
Yeah,
course he could have attacked that with Yoda too if he wanted to. I mean, because there was no way I was. I mean, he has Wookiee Life Dead out, so I'm not going to be able to kill anything.
hmm
So he's still got the Wookiee Warrior and the Nudge. Looked like he tried to hit with Spark, but didn't. Small miracles.
Whoopee.
So he's blown up too.
Yeah, you're 3 damage out from losing here, and you
Yeah,
got to be able to get force too.
yeah. So I think the dial is just going to go to 4.
Having that Thrawn would be amazing right
Yeah.
now.
See, a Dark Trooper project would be good too if I had it before.
Yeah.
And I'll probably flip one up now. What is that? Emperor's
Well,
Legion and Family
well,
Connection. So at least I get some shields.
yeah. Now that triggers at the end of the refresh, right?
Right, so it'll trigger now.
So yeah, you'll get it now.
Of course, half those troopers are locked down, so it doesn't really matter. But
Yeah.
and I'm trying to think how many cards Jerry still has in his hand. I'm sure he's still got Falcon, and then he might have something else.
Well,
Plus, he's still got Spark. So
did he actually play the children, or did he flip that from Spark?
I think he put Children in with Falcon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I see
And so
Orbital.
Yoda, so
That's
that could be important.
yeah. And there's Imperial Discipline, so I could do some damage with troopers dying. Let's see, where am I going to spend the resource for that?
1, 2, 3. So you
Yeah,
only have 5 resources, don't you?
yeah, I could play Orbital, and it looks like I'm choosing to play the gunship instead.
Hmm.
That's probably not the worst thing. Gives me some shields.
Yeah, because if you attack, if you don't blow up enough objectives, he's going to win next turn. So you
Right.
probably have to play defense for a round
Yeah.
and let all your other guys unfocus.
Right. The only thing I could see potentially trying to do is like maybe send him Mock in after the mission, and then I could potentially pull something else to put into
Yeah,
play. But
that's the problem, though. I don't know what officer you would get that would make a difference right now. You really need something like a Thrawn in there.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, I guess like I said I could get Tag just to so then if the troopers would come back to hand, and he would be more blast. But
Yeah, I don't think that really makes a difference at this point, though.
yeah. But I'm not sure playing orbital bombardment would have helped me any either.
No,
So
you want to play it when you're going to attack.
right,
And so you need to live this turn and hopefully win next turn.
yeah. So I actually at least took balance back there.
Yeah, you got 6 blockers.
Yeah, I got 6 blockers, but no tactics. The only good thing is
Yeah,
I do have a shield I can put on sabotage in the snow.
right, because he doesn't have any like 2 blast units, so he's gonna need to get through.
Well, he's got to be able to play Falcon because I'm sure he still has that in his hand.
Oh yeah, damn Falcon.
So
Forgot about him again.
yeah, I don't. I mean, he just flipped up a
Sparked
Wookiee
another
warrior with
Wookiee.
Spark.
Yeah, actually, that Falcon will probably be enough to do you in then, I would think.
Yeah, I would think between Falcon and Yoda and the other stuff, you could. Well, I guess it's still possible if he doesn't win Edge. No, he would be able because the Wookiees are going to get blast if he starts protecting to them.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
yeah, as long as he bounces out Falcon, then the Wookiees can protect anything else that you would strike at.
yep.
Because it's yeah.
I think I'm in big trouble here. Well, I told you before, I thought I made a mistake in this game, but I'm not sure I made a mistake. I think I just was getting outplayed and outdrawn here.
Yeah, I think if instead of that one Chimera pod, one Thrawn might have made a big difference.
Yeah, it certainly wouldn't have hurt having Thrawn.
Yeah.
But I'll see what happens here.
You also never got the those resources from Sabotage in the Snow that give you the extra blast either.
No, for the shielded units, no, I sure didn't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I did get resources at least to start with, but
That's the problem I think with that troopers have is just overall consistency. If you're missing a couple key parts, if you don't have family connections or whatever, there's they tend to fall apart.
right. Dark Trooper Project's usually a pretty critical thing to try to have too.
Yeah.
So it's about the. I said I don't really think there's much I could do here. So I'm not sure what maybe Jerry's overthinking this. I think you send Falcon and Yoda in, and maybe and the Wookiees, and there's basically nothing I could do to stop you.
Yeah.
So, because you can bounce Falcon to make me have to shoot at the things that will gain blast with Wookiee life debt. So
Well, the other option is he could just send in Yoda and the Falcon at the top there. That'd give him enough blast. As long as he bounces the Falcon, you'll have to swing at Yoda. It could protect to the Wookiees, and between those, the children, and Kanan, you could even take out another objective if you had to.
yeah, that's
Or
true.
he could. So
Yeah, I guess I'm just thinking you send both Wookiees in with Yoda and Falcon, and then you just take that out because he's got to figure I'm going to get a shield because I've got the gunship out.
oh
So
yeah,
so
you would
Yoda,
need one
right?
more.
Yeah, Yoda plus the Falcon won't be enough if I block with everybody because he can't kill everybody.
So if he sends one Wookiee then with Yoda and Falcon, assuming that the unit he drops in with the Falcon also has a blast, then it would still work
Right.
the other way.
Right. The
Oh.
only thing that could theoretically save me here, which would be in this deck, so I didn't look to see if I haven't seen if it's my hand. I don't think I have one. Is a heat of battle. Winning edge in a heat of battle would mean he wouldn't be able to bounce. He wouldn't be able to shoot with Falcon because I could kill it first.
Yeah.
So with something because I've got stuff that has potential for 2 guns plus
Right.
plus a heat, but I don't have a heat, so at least it didn't look like I had one in my hand. I think looked like my edge hand wasn't awful, but I don't think it's going to be enough. So yeah, so he sent in Falcon, a Wookiee, Children of the Force, and Yoda, and that's pretty similar to what I had suggested here.
Yeah.
And I got a block. Well, I certainly got a block with the gunship. There's no reason not to. That sucker's got to go in there to put the shield out.
You need to block with a ton of guys also just to prevent unopposed.
Right. That's probably what I'm thinking. I still have the protector guy. Yeah, but he's in there. Looks like I'm putting him in there. So I'm shielding sabotage. Probably trying to figure out what else to shield here. I'm not sure it's going to matter. I guess maybe I'm thinking of shield mock just in case I try to keep balance or something if he doesn't win. But
Well,
I put it on the gunship. Okay.
I was thinking if you shield the contract hunter, if you win edge, you would be able to strike for 2 guns and kill the shield. Well, no, because he's got protect. So
right, he's got protect with the Wookiees. Yeah. Yeah, my only hope really is if I had the heat, I need to have a heat to kill Falcon if I win edge.
Yeah.
Or make him have to bounce Falcon, because then I think I actually could win. Because I could just start shooting at the Wookiee.
Well, he can protect to the other Wookiee,
yeah.
So you need 6 damage to get that Wookiee off the table.
Right, but if I had the heat, he'd have to bounce Falcon, and he wouldn't have enough blast if he doesn't win edge, which would be part of that too. But I said I don't think I have a heat, so it's not going to matter.
Yeah. No, shooting at the Wookiee wouldn't matter because he can protect to the other Wookiee. So it would take you 6 damage to get that Wookiee out of this combat.
So he went all in, and I just put 2 in. I guess maybe I was thinking he had a twist, and he was like target heat. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it there. I don't think there's anything I can do. Well, I saved 2 cards. I wonder what the heck I have. I can't.
Got 1 resource. It looks like. No, you got I've got 3 resources.
Yeah, I actually have 4 with mock if I needed them. But yeah, I don't know what on earth I would have been trying to save that for. That was kind of weird. Unless I really just thought he didn't have any good cards, or like he was twisting or something. But he put so many in, should have thought there. Maybe I knew when he put all that in, I wasn't going to win edge. All right, so he is.
Well, one of the ones you saved, I'm sure, is your orbital bombardment, just on the off chance that you survived the round.
So he tried to focus the gunship with Yoda, do the blast, which I shielded both of those. Now Yoda's got enough guns to take something out, I'm sure.
I would have just tactics the hunter because he was the only one without a shield, and then attacked the gunship.
What is that? Is that filthy accusations?
Yeah, I don't know what that.
It lets you put a focus token on something out of faction. So I just focused Falcon. Wow. I still don't think he shot with Yoda though.
Well, then why'd you pull the shields and stuff off?
Well, I meant with the guns. I don't know why he didn't do the guns yet.
Huh.
Maybe I was saying I was going to do that before he struck or something.
Yeah, you would have had to, just in case he swung first with him.
Right.
So maybe you just forgot to put the shield back on the gunship and the location then.
Yeah, or maybe we figured it was coming off anyway or something.
Yeah.
I might actually survive this turn, but I don't think it's going to matter. Because he is... Oh, no, he's still going to be able to win. Because now the Children of the Force have a blast. And he can protect all of it. So... Yeah, I needed to try to win that edge battle, but I obviously didn't have the cards to do it.
Well, if you'd have pitched both that and your bombardment, that would have been 5 more pips.
Yeah. I didn't see... I think he still had more than I would have had. Looked like, but...
I thought his looked like it was... I thought he had like 7 or 8.
Yeah, he had a target, he had a heat, and it looked like he had a couple other good edge cards. Plus Falcon's got edge 1.
Yeah.
So I think I only put like 2 in, if I remember right.
Yeah, I don't remember what the 2 were.
Yeah, so I think he would have won anyway. So I think maybe he must just be trying to figure out how to do this. He can't strike with the Wookiee warrior first. He's got to strike with. So he is Yoda, and then we got the shields that we already talked about. So he's probably figuring out who's shooting with Yoda. gunship, I guess, just in case he can't win. Yeah,
Well, that's the best unit to hit anyway.
right. And see, now I'm stuck because there's no way to. Well, actually, no, I'm not. Now I'm waiting to see if he's going to bounce Falcon. Because if he doesn't bounce Falcon, I can shoot at Falcon. Oh, and
Yeah,
he's.
but Falcon's got 3 health though.
Yeah,
You know.
but. Right, but the point is, then I can keep from putting the damage on the Wookiee.
Yeah, but he could attack with the children next though, and then you'll hit the Wookiee.
Well, I guess what I'm thinking is if he never bounces. There he goes.
If he
Okay.
never bounces,
Right, if he
yeah,
never bounces Falcon, I can avoid hitting the Wookiee.
yeah.
So he dropped in a shifty lookout. Yeah, see, now I'm stuck because there's no way I can avoid him getting the extra blast off. Yeah, that was that was like my only hope. Yeah, so he bounced Falcon. Maybe I was hoping he didn't have anything to actually put in with Falcon after he put all the edge stuff in, because then I could have avoided killing Falcon or avoided hitting the Wookiee.
Yeah.
Oh well, it was an interesting game, so I made him work for it at the end at least. So, you got any final thoughts on that one, Derek?
Uh, just the trooper. I mean, seemed like a pretty straightforward trooper deck. They just tried to make a couple tweaks to it that I don't think work. I think it's a more standard trooper focused versus having like the Chimera pod. I don't think really did anything useful for
Yeah,
it.
and I'm not so sure about two of the mission commands either. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Uh,
nice having the extra mission, get them out, but I wonder if you're better off if you want to use that, maybe just using one of those.
Yeah, I think it's not a bad one of. I tried when it first came out. I tried using two, and too often I just got something I didn't want.
Right,
Um,
right,
but it makes sense with having 4 missions in the deck. It's
right,
not bad. But then again, you have nothing useful to target with Ren's mission.
right.
Other than to go get stuff that helps, funnel the troopers, like tag and things are not bad.
Right.
But I think you really need something like Tarkin to deal with things like Yoda, since you have no tactics in the deck.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, Decky. I almost forgot Tarkin wasn't even in there, which that just seemed odd. Like I said, I could see using maybe Tarkin just as a one-off because you could theoretically get him if you blow up the mission. So you have an
Yeah.
extra way to retrieve him. But anyway, it was still an interesting game. There was a different sort of matchup, I would say, with the
Mm.
Jedi Spark stuff, and then although a lot of good cards with those things too. But
Yeah.
anyway, all right. Well, let's wrap this one up. Thanks again for joining me for commentary, Derek.
Anytime.